Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is the Fight Insight podcast. I'm your host, Tim A.B. I'm co-hostless today, but that's okay. I've got an incredible guest that I've been waiting to speak to for a long time, pretty much 4 years since I've started this podcast. Before we get going, check out our shirt on millions.co. You can get out the Fight Insight t-shirt, look a lot cooler than you already do right now. Let's get with the show. Hit it!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Insight Podcast.
Our guest was born in Missouri City, Texas, and was destined to be a performer. She reached the American Idol Top 60. She then moves to Thailand at age 24, signs a multi-record deal with the biggest label in the country. Then through chance, I think, meets a 1FC executive and gets a job where she is now the voice of 1FC. You can hear her incredible talent every week on Friday Night Fights, normally hosted in the Lumpini Stadium. I don't think it ever changes. We'll ask her. But of course, follow her incredible life on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the famous Nara.
Hello, everybody. Sawadee ka.
Boom. Sawadee Kap to you, Nara. And how are you?
I'm good. Just chilling out here in Bangkok, doing my thing.
living the life. I'll tell you, ever since I realized who you were, I figured out how to follow you. And your Instagram is not an easy one to find, but it is here. I'll put it up for people to see. It is at Nara _official. Once I found you, I'm like, wait a second, this is the person that's doing the intros for 1FC. Like, your image does not match the voice at all. I'm sure you get that a lot.
I do. A lot of people who actually come to the events are like, but you're so little and your voice is so big. I was like, it takes a lot of energy, but that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And then, when I was reading the intro about you, I had no clue about your life growing up. I had no idea how it got you. And to be fair, there's very little about you online. It's very hard to research you or find out who you are. So I really appreciate you coming on. For people that don't know your voice right now, because 1FC is huge, but it's not huge everywhere, I'm going to play a short clip. This is Nara in action.
The red corner!
That is you. That's your voice, like the loud, strong, powerful voice. Real first question is how did you decide to announce in that kind of tone?
To be honest, I had no idea how to announce at all. I used to just do the walkouts for the fighters. So that was just more like a rock star vibe, like representing the United States of America, Demetrius, Mighty Mouse Johnson. It was just full throttle all the way, right? But starting at One Friday Fights, which started January 2023, I got the green light to actually be the announcer for it. And it took a lot of adjusting and just hands-on learning to get it to where it is today. I go back and look at my old clips of how I was announcing, and it was terrible, to be honest. For myself, I look at it, I was like, it was horrible. And I have improved so much because I'm really dedicated to the craft of it all. And I feel like from day one to now, it's leaps and bounds better. And I still am always tweaking, and I'm always trying to improve how I announce.
Yeah, it's crazy. People don't realize how important the announcer is in an event. I had a guy on maybe 3 years ago. His name is Big Mo Cody Momeritz. He's actually going to be the ring announcer for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul event on Netflix. So he went from being a small, at the time I saw him, he was kind of small, and he has grown incredibly. But he said something to me that was very eye-opening. He's like, you see me and you hear me more than anybody else the whole event. You know what I mean? The one person that's consistent during the whole 1FC show is you. You're so integral to that show because it's your voice that they hear the whole time through. Did you realize that? The pressure.
I did not I did not realize it before I started this, but after event number 3, I realized how focused, I mean, like laser focused, I actually have to be every event because things happen. It's a fight, right? So it could be injury time. It could be, you know, something that the ref calls like, and I'm in there. I'm the one like in between rounds, everything saying seconds out now, get out now, and I'm not seeing the rounds. And then also if there's an eye poke, I have to be like there. It's not like in between the rounds, I'm just like chilling. I'm always like on the edge of my seat, laser focused because anything can happen at any point in time in a fight. It's crazy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy that I have to use and a lot of focus.
Wait a second. What do you mean? What do you mean you're telling them that you've got timeout and stuff like that? Because now you're saying you're doing stuff that I did not realize you're doing. What do you mean you're
Oh, I'm
keeping
doing
track of
everything.
the time?
Okay, so if there is, say, an illegal strike or an eye poke, and the referee goes, time. In arena, I'm the one saying, ladies and gentlemen, your referee is called for injury time. Our athlete has up to 5 minutes to return to action. That is all live.
Oh, right.
None of it's like a button. Everything is me. I'm
Oh,
there. I'm the
okay.
like, yeah. And then after the athlete is good to go, then I'm like, our athlete is good to continue. This match will resume. Everything is like, it's not like I can just like, have a cocktail or chill out. Like I'm there in it, 12 bouts every Friday.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, yeah. That's right. That's crazy. Now, how much does ONE FC control like your wording and stuff? Are you allowed to go like off script? Like how specific are the wording? I'm just curious because it's a very look. It's one of the biggest promotions in the world. If you listen to Shatri, it is the biggest in the world. But it's a very the production is very precise, right? And I commentate like I was telling you off air. I commentate for Fight League Atlantic and East Coast Canada. The production value is so incredible, and the precision that these guys take to like make sure that a show goes off without a hiccup, right? As much as possible. Like you said, it's live fight, so anything can happen. But the production is so important. How tight are they on the words you're using and stuff like that? I'm just curious.
I would say as far as my script goes, verbatim, but it doesn't really bother me because I feel like no matter what you are given as a script, it is always the announcer's, character that comes through in how you say a word.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
But like you can,
like
so you can't say like the next Friday night fights. You can't say like the ref has called a pause to this action while the finger poke is dealt with. Please listen to the Fight Insight podcast while we wait.
I find that would just add more stress to my life. I don't feel the need to do that. I feel like it's very concise. What they have written has gone through
Right.
layers of proofreading and approvals that
Okay.
I'm sure that who in charge of that is doing their job to the full extent. And my job is
Yeah.
to read it emphatically.
Yes. Okay. Now here's the thing, Nara. Why do like this is going to be my only real argument with you, I think, on the podcast. Why do we not see you more, Nara? How come? Like, because here's okay. I'll let you answer first before I go on with it. Why do we not see Nara more?
To be honest, when I first started this job in January 2023, I was green, noob, noob. I'd never done this in my life. So I think they had also their concerns as well as mine. Like to throw everything all on me at one go might have been too much. I could have, messed up and not be here to this day. So they did give me that leeway. And after doing it every week, I am not fighting to be actually in there. I am fighting just to do what I'm doing right now very well. It is extreme.
Yeah.
It's not like doing an event once a month. I was doing the event, the one fight night once a month, just announcing that was great. You have time to recover. You have time to regroup. This is just bam, 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 recover, and then you're right back at it. There is no lull. There's absolutely no time for you to just be like, what happened last week? No, okay, it's next week already. Like, honestly, like in the beginning, I was kind of, well, maybe like, everything happens in its due time. That's how I feel. Like, honestly, and I'm glad that they didn't put all of that on me in the beginning, because I might have withered. Who knows? That's a lot of
Sure.
pressure. Even now, with me just being ringside, it is still a lot of pressure. But I'm
Yeah.
dealing with it so much better, and I'm so thankful that I've had this grace time to really get comfortable. Yeah.
Okay. Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint. You are a performer. Okay. You are a performer. You are performing in Thailand because Lumpini State. No, where's Lumpini Stadium? In Thailand,
In Bangkok, yes.
Bangkok, right? So you're in your home country, where you are from. You are a how do I say this? You are someone that should be on camera. You've got a cool persona. You've got a cool look. You have an image. I feel like 1FC is missing the opportunity to focus on you a little bit more, to have like kind of like a star, because your voice is so powerful. And like we said at the top, people don't even realize that it's you. And I feel like you could add more to the production if they were to show you more. What do you think
Ooh.
about that? Like, you're a stylish
For,
person.
for me, me announcing is and it has never been about me. I'm maybe it's because I've had the life experience of being like a pop star before. I've
Mm-hmm.
had the fame and like cameras on me all the time. It's not exactly my favorite cup of tea, to be very frank. Uh, I like my privacy. I like to be a ninja. I like to just do my job, get it done well, and be out. Peace. But for me, it's always about what I'm doing right now. For me, it's always about giving the fighter their due respect.
Yes.
Like when a fighter has got their fight lined up and they're ready to walk out, I want to announce their name and give them like a sense of like, wow, this is their moment. And for
Right.
me, like me being in or out of the ring, it has no effect on how I feel personally. How I feel personally is that I want to give that fighter their due justice, their moment where they can shine and show, that they deserve to be here. And for me, it's about supporting the fighters. I mean, for me, this has never been about me. This was never my dream, ever.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that I know. And that is crazy that like you've kind of got thrown into this world, right? Uh,
Not
I understand.
thrown. I mean, the opportunity, and I just kind of
No,
like,
yeah.
let's go, let's seize it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I just mean like it wasn't something you were gunning for. Like it kind of came to you,
Yeah.
the door was opened and you
Yeah.
stepped through it. Counterpoint to what you're saying, because I appreciate what you're saying about making it all about the fighter, because as a commentator as well for myself, like really it's about letting them shine. I want to tell their story. I want to get them out. I want to make them look good. Same thing, even if they're losing, I still want to make them look good. I still want to make them feel proud of everything that they're doing. You know what I mean? But counterpoint to what you're saying, I've seen you now. I don't know how old this is, but I've seen you in the ring, and it looked like there were like 4, maybe ring girls or something around, and you're sitting there going to the crowd, "Come on, let's go!" And you're walking around the ring, "Come on!" When does that happen? Where the hell is that?
That is actually the in arena hoorah, which like before like the main event, or we will have like what we have like a t-shirt throw where we have some in arena
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
activity where I kind of like hype up the crowd, and that is totally my cup of tea. I love doing that. I love getting the crowd hype, making people scream. That is so much fun because it's not the serious side of things, right?
Right.
Like it is loosey goosey. I have, I can ad lib on that. That's fun. And it's totally stress free for me, you know.
Yeah.
The whole the button up stuff, that's still really stressful for me. Like sometimes like when
But
I read like split decision, I'm like, okay, don't mess this up. Ah.
wait, but when that hyping up thing, is that happening like while we're on commercial or something? Because we don't always
Yeah.
see it. Like
It's
okay.
it's not on air. It's never on air. It's in arena
Right.
only for our audience in arena. Yes.
Okay. All right. But that's what I'm saying, but you're good at it. because I've seen it in clips. I think I saw it when someone went to one of the shows. Because obviously, obviously, I know a lot of fighters and amateur fighters and stuff like that go over to Thailand. And of course, when they go there, they're going to go check out a ONE FC event, right? And so sometimes I've seen on their videos, I'm like, well, that's Nara. She's in the ring right now. So all right, fine. But I'm okay. But nobody has asked you, and you said no, and you haven't.
No.
And you haven't asked, and they said no. So it's just kind of like been, this is how it's been, and no one's ever changed it.
Correct. Like, to be honest,
Okay.
I'm okay either way. If they want me in the ring, I try it and see how it goes. Or like, I mean, I'm a bit like hesitant also because like I would say like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
okay.
What we're doing right now, I feel like the schedule is honestly it's brutal. So just doing what I'm doing at the side of the ring, it's already pretty brutal. So I think once I can do this job with my eyes closed is when it would ever even be an issue. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still not at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed. Like, it's still like, okay, you need to really focus and you need to get things done right and at the best of your ability. And my goal is just to do it so that nobody ever notices. Like I could be an AI robot, and that's the best praise for me. When I don't get comments or people being like, "Oh, what's this, announcer doing?" Like that's peace of mind for me. I want to be an AI robot that just goes under the radar. And
Don't you dare say that, because I'm trying my best to get people to understand that an AI robot cannot replace me. Like I need my jobs. Now, I'm glad that you're saying that you're not opposed to doing it, because I'm in the middle of drafting a petition to get Nara in the ring for all announcements. So the Fight Insight podcast petition is going to be going around shortly, and you'll be able to sign it online to get Nara in the ring every fight night. Okay? So that's going to happen.
Oh, I personally feel if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly content at where I am right now in my career, because this is a career I never thought I'd have anyways. So
sure.
everything is just great.
I'm happy for you. That said, and I ask this every time I have someone from ONE FC on. Like we've had fighters on. We had Mitch Chilson on. We had translator Frank on. Every time I have someone from ONE FC, though, I ask, where are the ring girls? What has happened to the ONE FC ring girls? That's a very weird thing for me, that they've just disappeared and never come back.
Well, they kind of dissipated when COVID came. Like, it was just like we weren't doing any events with any live audiences, and it just like we can't, like, it was just like something that faded out, and we only brought back, I won't say ring girls, but the girls that throw the t-shirts in Lumpini, we only brought them back mid-year or towards the end of last year. Yeah, it was just something that has just been recently reincorporated back into our events. So
okay,
yeah,
but they are off camera.
Yes, they are off camera.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So soon they'll come back?
No idea.
What do you think? Or let me just ask you, because you're a performer. You're a performer and you're an entertainer.
Okay.
Do you feel that the ring girls add to the show? Do you think that they should be back?
I believe personally for our one fight night events, ring girls would be a great addition, because there's a lot of breaks and there's a lot of timing where there could be a commercial break, right? And then they could have the ring girls come and do some hype or some, crowd cheering. But as far as One Friday Fights, to be very, very, very honest, there is no time for ring girls. There's barely time for us to run to the toilet. 12 fights a night, we're like bam, 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 bam. There's no time. I don't even see, like, I think for what we call our tentpole events, which is one of the larger fights that we have for One Friday Fights, and we have Dawn come in and announce. I'm there to do the in-arena, and like usually, for the most part, I probably get to go in there once, because the schedule for One Friday Fights is literally jam-packed.
Right.
There's no There's barely, and for the most part, like even last week for our one Friday fights, for the second half of the entire event, we skipped all breaks. It was just fight, 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 fight.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no breaks. So,
All right.
yeah, that would be the bottom line for having ring girls in one Friday fights. I don't think it's a thing that would be able to happen.
Right. But as an entertainer, like from your entertainer perspective, it adds to the show, obviously. Like it's an
Definitely.
interesting omission. It's an interesting omission. Here's something as a female, a strong, powerful female in ONE FC, kicking ass like you are. I do get upset when there's not even one female fight on the card.
Ooh,
Like,
okay.
and I notice this every now and then because we've had on Celeste the Best Hansen, who just fought last week. She fought a great fight. Like there's a bunch of female fighters, but I do find it weird that in Lumpini, sometimes there's not a female fight. And I know that Celeste the Best was the first ever fighter to step foot in that ring, and I know that it's a big thing that females are there. Do you get the sense that the fans want more female fights? Like, what is the I don't want to ask you like your personal, but like, what is the fans' reactions to the female fights? Because online, people are jerks, right? Online, people are like, I don't want to watch female fights and stuff. MMA, kickboxing, whatever, right? Muay Thai, whatever. People are idiots. But in the ring, in the stadium, when you're there, what is the reaction to the female fights? Is it any different? Is it more? Is it less? Like, what do you feel like the fans want?
Well, just last week we had the debut of a Filipino fighter and a Japanese fighter, and
Yeah.
they were asked to do the Y crew, and
Yes.
the fans in the stadium went completely bonkers. It was amazing to see the welcoming applause and the cheers that they got, because both of these fighters are not even Thai, and they did the Y crew, and it was just beautifully done. The fans were so respectful and so welcoming. I believe that when we do have the female fights, there is no difference in the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
But I do, for your asking the question, why don't we have a female fight every card? Sometimes there just aren't enough fighters of the caliber to come into, like we have to really pick good fights that are going to happen and not just have it be lopsided. We want a really good competitive like fight to go on, because that's what the audience comes there for. And man, the competition team has been kicking up some great fights. Like some of the cards, I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's going to be too exciting. And then by the fourth bout, I'm like, what? And like sometimes I'm there by the ringside and I'm trying to control myself, but just some crazy stuff happens, and I'm just like, hey, save your voice, don't cheer. But I'm like, miming like it's nuts. It's crazy.
Okay, so you don't want to go over to like one of the local gyms, find two tourists from Missouri City, and just throw them in just for the sake of having two girls.
The point of one Friday fights really is to find fresh, new, up and coming talent that have the chops to be the next superstar, to be in one championship, to get that bonus, get the second bonus, get the third bonus, get that contract. And like I've seen it.
Yeah.
Look at Gong Tarani. It's like mind blowing. I just saw him like just go and go and go. And like every time I watch him fight, and I'm like, it's like a proud mama watching this, this student that came through this college. It's amazing.
So what I like what you're saying though is that like the opportunity is there. It's not that ONE FC is saying we don't want female fights. It's like, hey, we got to look for the best ones. Because I'm telling you, Nara, there are like Muay Thai fighters. Like I was commentating a gig here in Toronto, and there were these two young girls, and I'm telling you, Nara, I saw them backstage. I saw them at the weigh-ins. They look like the two nerdiest girls you've ever seen. One girl was this like Chinese girl with glasses. She looked like she was scared to death to even just weigh in. And then the other girl was a Filipino girl, I think. Looked kind of more the part, but same thing. Just looked so polite and friendly and whatever. That evening they go in and they put on a show that I think stole the show better than all the guys, better than the professionals. I was like, these two girls are killers. Like, what the hell? Those two girls, get your ass over to Thailand, start training, and then get on a ONE FC card. You know what I mean? Like, they're there, they exist. I think that maybe like the girls just don't strive for it as much. You know what I mean? Maybe they think that there's less opportunity. And I do think that if the females, you know, let's say these females here are watching One Friday Fights and they don't see any girls on the card, maybe they think there's less opportunity. But what Nara is saying is that Nara says she will promise you a contract with ONE FC. Just get your butt over there and she will bring you into the cage or bring you into the ring and go fight.
I would say to any female or male, young, up and coming fighter, if you do have the potential, you should definitely, you know, reach out to ONE, and they're always looking for new fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I've seen One Friday Fights create like global superstars. Look at Johan Ghazali, Alif. Like these are kids. Like I was like, how old is he? 16? Like what? Mind blown. And look at him. He's on the global stage now. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect segue then into this question I have. And I know before we started, you said that you don't watch too much of other stuff. Like you're too busy with your ONE FC. But there's a girl named, her nickname is the Ninja Ferret. And she fought on Dana White's Contender series. You know what that is, right? The Contender series?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you know about the Ninja Ferret? Have you heard about this? About the drama here? Obviously not. Okay. Her name is Julieta Martinez. She was 7-0 as a pro going into the Dana White's Contender series. She's from Argentina. Very nice girl. 20 years old. So to your point, these young fighters, right? She goes on Dana White Contender series, kicks butt, really performs very well, gets a split decision victory. And then Dana White goes on to go, at the end, he says, well, you know, you're just a little bit young, you're a little bit small, because I think she's more of an atom weight than she is a straw weight. Okay. So he's like, well, you're a little bit small, you're young, so I'd be doing a disservice. I'm paraphrasing. I'd be doing a disservice if I brought you in now. Then why have her on the show? The whole point, like, you know her age, you know her size, you know what the deal is. Were you just sending her there to get whooped by the other chick? Like, I was really upset with that. And I'm like, well, then where does this girl go? You know, if you're going to say that, go to ONE FC, right? Like, they have atom weights there.
Yeah, I don't feel even like think that above straw weight for women.
No, it's but she's atom weight. So she, oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Because you're atom. Yeah. With your weight thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Because with your hydration rules and stuff like that, like kind of like the 115ers are your atom weight, right? But this girl should go there. I feel like the Ninja Ferret should go there because like that's where you can go, and that's and the youth, like you're saying, like ONE FC has always been open to people even of a younger age. Like they're going to give them opportunities. Wonder Girl, Supergirl, right? They were all very young when they started too.
Yes. I mean, I feel like the possibilities, like if you come and you manage like to talk to the competition team and you do get your opportunity and you are successful, it doesn't stop. It keeps going. I mean, just like, look at the fighters who have success. Look at Kong Turney. Look at Jojo Ghazali. Look at Alif. They have fights lined up every couple of months. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do it. I had my crack research team found me another fighter that we think should be making their debut in the ONE FC ring as well. Just visually, I'm going to show you this fighter. You tell me, what do you think about this fighter's skills?
This fighter will never step into the ring to harm another person or be harmed by another person.
What? Why? How dare you? First of all, for those listening on audio, I put a picture of Nara wrapping her hands up, training in Muay Thai. You just started recently, right?
Yes, I started probably April of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
so you should be fighting by what? April of next year.
No. I was going through some stuff with my wrist. I had rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed, and I thought I was going to be like crippled for a good long while. So my friend who had came to train here in Thailand invited me to go. Just come to the gym. Just come to the gym. Just come work out. So the trainers there were really great, and they just let me tap the pads, and yeah, it's gotten a lot better. I'm happy. I don't think I could ever fight. I don't have the heart, and yeah, it's not in my spirit to hurt other people or especially be hurt.
Yeah, that's yeah. Uh, do you spar? But are you sparring? Are you like
Nope,
even just
not
light
sparring.
sparring with other
My
people?
nope, just me in the bag.
No, all right, all right, all
I
right.
kick pretty hard. I can't punch though. And like it's a great thing though. This I called it like my romance with Muay Thai. I never really was into Muay Thai until I came to Lumpini. I liked Muay Thai. I followed it, because we had some Super Series fights, and then it was when I actually came to Lumpini and one Friday fights where I saw how these these fighters who like this is their way out, and to see their
Yeah,
hunger, it's on a different scale that I couldn't comprehend. I couldn't comprehend it like until I saw these fighters, and like if they did good and they got a bonus and what it meant to them. It just made me be like, whoa, this is deep. This is deep, man. This is deeper than
yeah.
anything I could have ever imagined. And then just to witness it, it's amazing. It really is. Like I
All
feel like
right.
crying sometimes when I see the fighters get bonuses, because you can see how much it took out of them, how much
Yeah.
determination, how much grit to get there. Like it's awesome.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's why we had commentator Frank on the podcast after he received a bonus. Do you remember that when Frank got the bonus? Like that was crazy, and he was breaking
Yes,
down crying. That was like so amazing, man. Like, and so yeah, these people that
it
are doing
was.
these things, yeah, these people that are doing these things, and these fighters, like you said, like it's a way out, and it's such a dream for them to do it. And when they get it, um, here's someone who cries a lot. Is oh my goodness, I'm going to say the name wrong. Do. I not Ayaka Miura,
Oh yeah, the zombie.
right? Is that her nickname? She's the girl, right? That has the
Yeah,
Ayaka lock
Ayaka
or
Miura.
whatever.
And
Yeah,
her
Ayaka
nickname,
Miura,
she's the zombie killer or zombie. I
the
can't remember her
zombie. Yeah,
moniker, but yeah,
zombie. Yeah, Ayaka
zombie.
Zombie Miura. Now,
Yes.
here I got into a fight. Speaking of all the dumb people online, I got into a fight with someone because this person, I mean, it had a female avatar, so it might have been a girl. Goes, Ayaka's so boring. She always finishes people with the same move. And I'm
That's the
like,
stupidest I've ever heard. If
are
it
you
works,
dumb?
yeah. I mean, if it works, what? I mean, why wouldn't you do it?
Like the fact that she is able to pull off that move, and it's not a freaking rear naked choke. Like you have to get the person in such an awkward position. You have to dominate them to the point that you're in the side, you're in the scarf hold, you're in the whatever. You bend that arm that way. Like it is crazy that she can do that.
Yeah.
Your thoughts? Is Ayaka Miura boring because she only finishes people with her highly intricate finisher?
I think, like you said, if a fighter is able to finish the fight with the exact same move that the other fighter should have been 100% prepared for, more power to Ayaka.
That's the thing.
It,
You
that,
know it's
that is like,
coming.
yeah, that's legendary status.
Yeah, that's what I think too, Nara. So I will send you this person's Instagram handle, and you can yell at them and just let them know how dumb they are.
No,
It
no
says,
online hate. Please.
"You sure?" Oh, okay, fine. I was going to, but yeah, she goes every time she's like this person goes out like we were in quite a heated argument. At one point, she goes, "Every time she steps into the ring, I know exactly what she's planning to do. It's effective, but for fans, it's boring." I'm like, you should go watch another sport because this is the least boring thing you could find. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah. Well, see, this is the kind of people I have to deal with, Nara. It's very frustrating. It's difficult for me. I have one last question I want to ask you, but before I do, Is there anything else that you want to say? We don't see you a lot, Nara. Like we don't see you in interviews. We don't see you promoting, like, not yourself, but like we don't see you out there enough. Aside from on your Instagram, which again, go follow at Nara_official. But we don't see you enough. Is there anything that you would like people to know about you?
What do I want people to know about you? I'm a very nice person.
All right. We all got that already, Nara. What else? What else? Like anything interesting? Anything exciting?
I like to smile a lot, and I like it when people smile back.
I mean, this is the worst interview I've ever had, Nara. What are you doing?
I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like, I'm content, man. It's like I don't feel the need to like toot my own horn or toot anybody else's horn. Just be like happy, just driving in my lane.
Yeah.
Put the blinker on. Hello, I'm good.
But here's the thing, though. I do appreciate that, though, because you and I are both over 40, and the ability for people to realize what's important in life is a very great thing to achieve. Like when you realize you don't need this or that, and when you can be happy, like in your lane, like you're saying, right? Like I just want to be here, and I'm happy and I'm content. One question. Okay, so before my final question, which is very related to that, ONE FC, from your perspective, it's going well. They're kicking ass. They're gonna continue on. Like the fans in the crowds, the stadiums, the reactions. ONE FC is doing well as an organization. There are concerns that ONE FC is not doing well. So, or that many of the organizations are not doing that great. But in your perspective, ONE FC going well, you're going to be with this family for a long time. They're kicking ass.
I would say One Friday Fights is going to be here for the long haul. And who knows what next year may hold in store. Who knows? We might be doing more stuff in Bangkok, like even more. I don't know. Like,
how can you do more than once a week?
5 times a week. Let's go.
Yeah, just like a cartoon from the 80s. Just every day, new episode. Let's go. I mean, well,
I think one is ambitious, and I think I think One Friday Fights in the beginning seemed like an impossible feat to do, but we've done it.
Wait, what was impossible about it? What was impossible? Doing it weekly?
Being able to do it every week.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fights. A lot of fights. There's a lot of logistics. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like everybody's like, oh, okay, there's a fight every week. But what they don't realize, like competition team, everybody's working really hard to get it done, right? But now that we've done it and been successful, if I know Chatri is always ambitious. So once this is smooth sailing, there's gonna be more. That's just how Chatri operates. He's a visionary.
Nice.
Yes, he does. I don't ever see Chatri sitting back and be like, this is good, let's just chill. That's not Chatri. Chatri is like, let's go. Okay, we got this. Let's go.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Were you winking at me when you said something more is coming, or were you just like hypothesizing in your brain?
My hypothesis is that there will be more events in Bangkok, not just once a week. I don't know if it's like every week, but there will be more. I'm pretty sure.
It's crazy.
In my gut, like that's my gut feeling, because I feel like in the actual landscape of Muay Thai that's going on right here in Thailand, there's Muay Thai events every day of the week. Every day.
Right.
Like different venues and different organizations that have a fight every week. So I figure my theory is that if there is a market for a fight every single week in Thailand, you best believe that there's going to be more coming from us to compete. Definitely. Like I just see that it seems like a no-brainer to me. Like, why wouldn't you do that? If there's a fight market every day of the week, right now we're being successful on one of those days of the week, it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't we want to do it another day also. But I don't know if our team can do that just yet, but maybe in the future I could see that
Yeah.
possibly
Well,
happening. Yeah.
yeah, and I think here's the thing too. I think if you put the show on a weekday, I think that also capitalizes on the market as well, because Saturdays were booked, right? Like Saturdays, especially in the Western market, like that's when all the pay-per-views hit or all the shows hit. But the weekdays are very open. And if you can somehow find a way to go on a
Don't
Monday to what?
don't say that. If we have an event on a Friday and Monday, it means I have no life.
No, okay. Well, Tuesday, Friday, it doesn't matter where they're spread apart. You're still dead anyways, Nara. Like you're in trouble either way. But if you can do like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I guess you're really stuck to like Monday or Tuesday if you want to like spread it out between the Fridays. But if you can do Monday, Tuesday, I feel like that's a market that should hit, you know? And here's the thing. If Shatri can't find anyone to commentate those shows, hit up your boy Timmy B. I'll come down and do it. You know what I mean?
I'll try and put in a word for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And I will say, you know, just you've said a few things that made me think about this, but one of my mentors once said, like, if you're doing a job where you can 100% do it, then you shouldn't be doing that job. So speaking to a few things like you said, right? Like where if the team is like smooth sailing and you're like, we know how to do this, then you're not stretching yourself. Or like you said, like when I can do this job, eyes closed, yeah, then you got to do something else. You always have to be trying to better yourself. And that's what I appreciate about what you said. Also, my friend, one of the guys that trained me in Muay Thai, his name is Zach. He went to Thailand. He fought in a prison and fought a prisoner. And if the prisoner won, they got like something reduced off their sentence. Like it was some weird thing called prison fights. And he was like a foreigner. Yeah, like he was a foreigner. It's you can find it on YouTube. I think it's called Prison Fights. And it was like these foreigners would go down, they would train, and then they would compete against some Thai guy in a jail. Like it was crazy, man. I've seen that. But
did the foreigner get paid to do this, or was it just like
did who get paid?
The foreigner that came to fight the prisoner.
I have no idea. Like who knows what he got? You know, I don't know. I should ask him that. I see him all the time. All right, last question. I've kept you so long, so thank you so much, Nara. I really, really appreciate this. This is so cool, like to be able to speak with you. Last question. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up, and I want to ask it to you on a scale of 1 to 10. Nara, how happy are you?
Right now, I would say I'm at a 9 because my parents are here with me visiting from America, and life is good.
Nice. I'm so happy for you. What's important to you? Like what makes you happy and what's important to you overall?
Spending time with my parents because they are getting up there in age. They are 80 this year. It took me a good long while to realize what was really important in life. And just for the fact that I am lucky enough to have both of them healthy and happy here with me, and I get to spend time with them, that makes me the happiest person because I know a lot of people who might not see it or might not have come to the awareness of it, how important it is to spend time with your loved ones until it's too late. And I just feel lucky that I've realized that. And I also feel lucky that I'm able to spend time with them. It's perfect.
Yeah. Very nice. Very well said, Nara. Before I let you go, is there anything else that you wanted to say to the fans, viewers, and listeners?
Tune in every Friday. You might not see me, but you will hear me, and I'm the crazy lady screaming.
That's right. Nara, it was such a pleasure to meet you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Before we get out of here, I just want to say to people, aside from watching Nara every Friday night, which is Friday morning here, Nara. Like when we're in Canada, it's Friday mornings, which is the perfect time. You just sit back, you watch the show, right? It gets your Friday off to a great start. But this Friday, I do want to say this Friday, November the 15th, which is going to be like the day after this podcast comes out. Obviously, you're watching the Friday fights in the morning. And then at around 3 or 4 o'clock, go to fightleagueatlantic.com. I'm going to be hosting the weigh-ins for FLA 17, which happens on the Saturday, November the 16th. It's in Moncton, New Brunswick on the east coast of Canada, Nara. It's a beautiful, beautiful event, the Moncton Coliseum. We've got, I think it's 11 fights, amateurs to pros. The fights are banging, Nara. I'm telling you, You would not believe what these East Coast athletes and athletes from across Canada, even some from the States in this event, but incredible fights, the production value. Don't miss it, guys. Fight League Atlantic, FLA 17. Go to fightleagueatlantic.com to get your tickets or order the pay-per-view. Nara, if you ever want to come to a FLA show, you got to check it out. It is incredible. I'd love to see you there at one of the events.
I would love to have time to go visit you too.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know how quickly we can fly you in and right back out to get back to your show. But Nara, thank you so much for joining the show. I really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, check out Nara, check out the Fight Insight podcast, follow, subscribe to both of us, right? Help us out. And guys, we will see you next week. Next week's guest, I do have a fighter from Karate Combat, Arturo Macaca Vergara. Macaco. It means monkey. He's a guy, Nara, he fought 4 times already this year. He's fighting a 5th time this year. He has 4 wins in Karate Combat. He's fighting a 5th time for a title. That guy's crazy. I've met him before. He's such a funny dude. And then hopefully, I don't know where this dude is. I told you about this before we started, Nara, but where the hell is Chuck Buffalo? I want to see Chuck Buffalo on this podcast. Hashtag, where is Chuck Buffalo? Charles Radke got a win at UFC. The media has been shunning him again. I want to talk to him. That's some big baloney, Nara, that they're doing that to that guy, but I want to see him. Where is Chuck Buffalo? Get on this podcast. Nara, we're out of here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate meeting you. It was an absolute pleasure. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Swatika.
See you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.